Good morning. GED Jack left this comment for me, and I figured I would address it because I do enjoy addressing GED Jack comments. He says, "You really should stick to being an expensive paperweight and stop trying to read things like the Texas Penal Code, comma, capital Y. You clearly lack at reading comprehension skills." I don't think this is the game you want to play, Jack, but I'm your Huckleberry. He says, "On that note, to help you, I will direct you to the Texas trespass statute. Mr. Gray was not trespassing when the force was used. A person is justified in defending their property against trespass. However, a, capitalized for no reason, person must be trespassing, which requires some type of notice that they are trespassing. Simply saying, 'let's go outside and talk,' is not notice that you are trespassing. Now that you have that knowledge from GED Jack, try again, idiot. Oh, I shall try again." This is what he is referring to, criminal trespass statute. It does require notice. He either had to have notice the entry was forbidden or receive notice to depart but failed to do so. So he had to have notice entry was forbidden or receive notice to depart but failed to do so. Notice means an oral or written communication by the owner or someone with apparent authority to act for the owner. That's it. There's no magic words. There are no magic words. It's just an oral or written communication that gives him notice that entry was forbidden or that he had to depart but failed to do so. Now, it is questionable whether or not the officer saying, "let's step outside, I want to talk to you," is notice to depart. However, after the officer says that, he does not commit the assault, the alleged assault, I should say. He grabs the stuff and says, "Come on." He grabs Gray's stuff and says, "Come on." And then he puts his hand on Gray. Now, it was on his shoulder or something like that, but he was saying, "Come on," as in you have to leave. Is that notice? Probably. That is probably notice to depart. But you got to remember that there also can be notice the entry was forbidden, and it can be written communication. And guess what, kids? Your $10 donation will get you entry into the event and dinner. That is written notice. Now, Mr. Gray has stated that he RSVP'd, which means that he probably saw this, and that is going to be a real challenge for him. So there can be questions on whether or not Mr. Gray was criminally trespassing at the time that the officer or the security guy, whatever he was, put his hand on Mr. Gray. And so that sounds like a win for our good friend Jack, except Jack is not an attorney, and Jack doesn't realize that words have meanings. This is the justification. Again, this is for protection of property. Now, we're on 9.41 because 9.43, protection of a third person's property, just says you're justified in using force if he would be justified under 9.41 if it was his own land or property. So we're back up at 9.41. And a person in lawful possession of land or tangible movable property is justified in using force against another when and to the degree the actor reasonably believes the force is immediately necessary to prevent or terminate the other's trespass on the land or unlawful interference with the property. Now, you may notice it just says trespass. It doesn't say criminal trespass, and you may notice that this is a criminal trespass statute. There is another form of trespass out there, and that is called the tort of trespass. And the tort of trespass doesn't require notice. And you can see that in the Texas Supreme Court case from 2011 called Barnes v. Mathis. It's at 353 Southwest 3rd 760 at 764. Trespass to real property is an unauthorized entry upon the land of another and may occur when one enters or causes something to enter another's property. May occur when one enters or causes something to enter another's property. Right down here, every unauthorized entry upon land of another is a trespass, even if no damage is done or injury is slight. Every unauthorized entry upon the land of another is a trespass, even if no damage is done or the injury is slight. So when this justification is talking about protection of one's own property, and it's referring to trespass, it is not specifically referring to criminal trespass. It is referring to trespass generally. Now, a criminal trespass is also the tort of trespass. If something has arisen to criminal trespass, it has gone above and beyond the tort of trespass. So either way, you're good if it's a criminal trespass. However, this is sufficient to allow you to use force to remove someone or something from your property. Thanks for watching. Have a great morning.